LeBron James isn't just a legendary basketball player. He's a father caught up in a storm of somewhat of criticism over his son, Bronny's future. As he pushes for the chance to play alongside his son with the LA Lakers, we have to ask ourselves, could this be a mistake? I gotta go on record and saying I think it is. Stick around as we dissect why LeBron's desire to play alongside his son might not be the best decision for his development. Just because he's a superstar, that doesn't make him immune to making mistakes. We've got to remember that. He's human just like me and you, no matter how much we love him and revere him as King James. By the end of this video, you will understand that even the greatest among us can falter when guiding their children, and what it could mean to Bronny's future. Let's dive into this subject. Everybody's probably seen the video of LeBron confronting Stephen A at the Lakers game. At the end of the Lakers game, I believe, or at some point in the Lakers game. But if you haven't seen it, let's check out the video. And I gotta say, Stephen A looked a little shook right there, but I would, you can't blame him. 6'8", 250, 260 pound dude staring down at you, telling you, giving you the business. I mean, I think any of us would, take aback a little bit, but a lot of people was saying that he was, using a lot of foul language and telling them, but Stephen A, I guess if you can believe what he says, this is what he said actually was said during the altercation, during the discussion.
Let me just put to bed a couple of things that have been reported that are false. People was talking about LeBron called me out my name, or I saw somebody said he called me a bitch. Somebody said he called me a punk and all this. None of that is true. He was fiery. He approached me during the game and he said, "Stop effing with my son. That's my effing son. Stop effing with my son." I said, "What? Nah, man, straight up, man to man. Real talk. Stop effing with my son." And I saw how furious he was. And I said, "We can talk about it later." "Nah, F that. Stop effing with my son. That's my son. I said, "All right, dog. Fine." And he walked away. That's all he said.
Stop effing with my son. But let's break that down. Let's break that down, LeBron. Because I think you're effing with your son more than anybody else. What is the likelihood of your son or either one of your sons coming anywhere close to being as good as you? NBA's all-time scorer, in a lot of people's eyes, the GOAT. I said this before, and this is true. A father's job is to find their kids, their son, their daughter's purpose. Are you trying to tell me, sir, that your two boys' purpose is to be basketball players when they will never, ever be as good as you? And that's okay. But the weight of that is too much. And now you're trying to get at other people for what you've done. For what you've done. You should have never allowed your son to leave college basketball. That's what a father would do, not his friend. A father would have said, "No, man, you need to stay in school for at least another 2 years. showing that you can dominate on this level instead of you letting him come to the NBA where he doesn't belong and getting, whether you think it or not, criticism, fair or unfair criticism. You did that. You did that. He could have said, you know what? I don't care what you say, Dad. I'm going to the NBA with or without your permission. And you could have said, fine. Whoever picks you up, picks you up. You shouldn't have made room for him to join the Lakers. As a father, you have to make your children stand on their own 2 feet. When has he done that, man? When has he done that? You can't tell me that everybody in your circle, his mother, your business partners, everybody said, this is a good idea. He should go join the Lakers, be on the team with his father, one of the greatest basketball players ever. Yeah, he needs that. 18, 19-year-old, 20-year-old. Yeah, that's the kind of pressure he needs. No, he should have been in school showing that he can dominate college basketball because he wasn't even the best player on his college team. What is he doing in the pros? And people say, oh man, you hating, man. People do it all the time. Nepotism, they give their kids jobs. So what? This is the NBA. This is a whole different thing, bro. You're out there because you deserve to be out there. You out there because you're one of the best players in the world. Can you say that about him? No, we cannot. I'm a father of two boys, a grown adult son and an 8-year-old son. And what you did, I would have never done. I would have never done. His want to play with his son clouded his judgment. You want to play with your son so bad. This is for you. But a father can't do that. You got to think what's best for him. I bet you if you ask him right now, do you want to come back to play with the Lakers next season? He'd probably say no. And I guarantee you your other son will say, no, I don't know. I don't want to do that. I want to play in the NBA, but I don't want to play with you. I know people could try to say, okay, what about Deion Sanders and his sons? You could try to bring that in there. Deion is long gone from playing football. Long gone from playing football. And Shador don't even play the same position as Deion. So that's not a good comparison. But I also want to bring this video into I want you to see this video also. That makes a very good point.
Seeing a lot of like LeBron's son, LeBron Jr., who's playing great. Obviously the Currys. You're seeing NBA players whose sons are coming up and looking like they're going to be NBA players.
Well,
what do you think of that?
Here's the thing. You got to play the odds and the percentages. There have been a lot of great players, and all their sons are whack. Kareem got a son? No. Magic
Jordan
got some
son
sons.
didn't make it. Yeah.
Jordan got sons. The monsters in the NBA, they dads wasn't that good. Kobe Bryant, his dad wasn't all that. That's why he's such a monster. So you got LeBron. It's going to be very hard for his kids because they're not going to look at him as LeBron's kids. They're going to be like, you better be just like your dad. And then after a while, that pressure starts sitting on you because it's like, wow, why I got to be like him? Why can't it just be me? And then they be like, oh, you're soft. You're not that good because the expectation is very, very high. My boys are good, great, but let's say I really excelled in football and made millions and millions of dollars. Do I spend that time with them now? No. I got the off season. I got to worry about myself. Now I just buy you everything. Now I get you a trainer and hope you turn out to be okay. Where the fact that I wasn't all that, allows me to spend all that time and make my boys all that. Anybody who already.
Ooh, he made a good point right there. That ending point. By LeBron being so great, he had to spend a lot of his time going deep in the playoff, winning championships, then getting ready for the next season. And yeah, you would see them working out together, but is that the thing that they were put here to do? Or were they just doing that in order to spend time with their father? See, as a father, you're supposed to find out what they're great at, what they were put here to do. But you can't do that if you're spending all your time trying to be great, trying to excel, trying to win more championships, trying to cement your legacy. You can't do that. You can't do that. See, being a father is the most important job you have, not being a superstar. And if anybody can't see that, if anybody tries to say, "Oh well, man, you just this whole video, you hate you a LeBron," I'm not a LeBron hater. I actually think if you ask me who would I take for my team, either Michael or LeBron, I would take LeBron. He's a better basketball player. All this, he doesn't have the killer instinct. Man, come on, man. This man took garbage teams to the finals for years, carrying teams on his back. But that doesn't make him immune to making mistakes as being a father. We all do. This is a learning lesson to all of us. Him screaming at Stephen A, man, that's my son. That's my son. It's your job, LeBron, to not put your son in that position. You don't know who you are. You damn sure know who you are because you throw your weight around any other time. But you can't do that when it comes to your children. Because now it's time for all those people who don't like you to get their get back on you. And you know who they gonna get it back on? Him, Bronny. That's what they doing. They're getting their get back on him. They could never and they can never get it on you. So they're gonna take it out on him. And you can say what you want to say. That's not what you're trying to do. Oh man, you don't know what you're talking about. You and your little podcast. No, I don't give a damn who you are and how much you scored and what you've done. It's the truth. What I'm telling you is the truth, bruh. My son is a music producer. And his mother at one time told me, "Oh, you just wanted him to do that just because you doing it." No. He told me this is what he wanted to do. And in order to be as good and as great as he is, he had to do it on his own. In order for him to make it even farther, he still has to do it on his own. But you, as a father, you have to see, okay, is this the best thing for you to do? I'm not saying he shouldn't let him play basketball, but playing with him is not a good idea. Playing for the Lakers is not a good idea. Leaving college is not a good idea. And at this point, playing in the NBA might not be a good idea. Maybe he should go play overseas. He's got to be his own man. I could see if he was in the league for a while and kind of carved out his niche as a role player, as a good defensive player, as a backup point guard, and then he joined the team. He didn't do that. He's just your son on the team. And as far as Stephen A. Smith is concerned, I don't know why y'all get mad at him. He just doing what he do. This is the same man who said, I wake up every day trying to see how much money I can make for my owners, for the owners of ESPN, for my bosses. I wake up every day trying to find a way to make my bosses more money. So him getting, this is right up his alley. This is right up his alley. And then this is another thing. As a father, why would you do this if you just giving him what he wanted? You just giving him what he wanted. This just shows how you're making a lot of bad decisions doing this. And I think if he could do it all over again, he probably wouldn't do this, because it's not turning out the way he wanted it to. And that's the problem with it. It's not about you and what you wanted to do. Just think about the, oh yeah, I want to play with my son. Dude, you the greatest player ever. How is that gonna work? How is that? The only way that could have worked is, like I said, he already established himself. He was already known as a good role player or just a good player, and then he came and joined the team. And even then, it wouldn't be easy for him. But this now is damn near impossible. But this is the thing that nobody's talking about. This is the point there. Oh man, what Stephen A said, and LeBron, he had the right to do it, and LeBron is being a crybaby, and he don't want to take accountability. No, man, you effing up as a father, because none of this is about you. None of this is about you. Yes, there are other rookies in the league who average less than him. There's a guy that was picked down there in the lottery who was not playing, but he's not playing because the coach probably doesn't think he should play. And that's between him, the coach, the organization. His daddy ain't there sitting on the bench too. One of the biggest stars ever to play basketball. As a father, it's your job to make sure your children go farther in life than you. But you can't do it if you in the way. And I gotta say it, man. I mean, I got my King James Legend Line t-shirt on, man. I just said I think he is the GOAT. And I'm not saying he's a bad father, but nobody is immune to making mistakes as a father. Nobody. We all make mistakes. And you can't be too big-headed, and you can't be the boss man, and nobody can tell you that you are effing up. Stop this right now. But the ball's already going downhill. This thing is already rolling. You got everybody talking about it. But I think next year, he probably won't be on this team. And it'll be a collective decision. And it will be a good decision. He needs to be his own man. He needs to show he belongs on his own. And I'm not saying he don't belong, but we don't know. We don't know. No one knows. And that's what he should have wanted. I want you to show these people how good you are, how good you really are without my help. And hell, if you don't make it, ain't like you gonna be living on the streets. Bruh. Hell, if he don't make it, it ain't the end of the world. His father got $1 billion. He'll be all right. He can find something else to do. But he needs to show that he can make it on his own. And not just him. Your son, my son, anybody who's watching this, they need to prove that they can make it on their own. That's what everybody should be talking about, and they're not talking about. LeBron, you got to let go. You got to make your son prove he belongs to be there. That's what everybody's, that's what people, that's what the haters saying. That's what the people that's just keeping it real with you. But that's the truth, bruh. Your son hasn't proven he belongs to be there. Everybody's judged by their history. He ain't been the man since high school. It's a whole bunch of basketball players out here was the man in high school, and they somewhere packing groceries somewhere. They ain't in the league, but your son is. He don't belong there, bro. He don't belong there. And playing and being right beside you ain't helping him. So if you got any value from this video, if you think that I'm hating, you think I don't know what I'm talking about, you don't like this podcast, you wish I would shut up, leave it in the comments. But if you did like what you heard and you did like what you see, check out this video that I did on Shedeur Sanders and people saying that he's arrogant, that he's brash, that he's just another chip off the old block like his father. Well, he could do a lot worse. And I'm out of here. Peace.